Good morning. Hope everyone's doing well on this wonderful Red Friday. I'll tell you somebody who isn't doing well. Letitia James. Who's Letitia James? Is she one of the Pointer Sisters? Wasn't she an actor in one of those movies? No. Nope, she wasn't in The Color Purple. No. Letitia James is a prosecutor for New York, Attorney General. And she's in some hot water. But to make it clear, it's all political. That's right. It's all theater. It's lawfare. It's her political opponents on a witch hunt to take her down. Yes, this is what Letitia James is saying. And doesn't this sound familiar?
We've got to stand up to bullies. We've got to stand up to an administration which is too male, too pale, and too stale.
Gosh, if only the foo was on the other shoot at one point. Oh, wait a second. Letitia James. I know who she is. She's that person who went after Donald Trump. Said Mar-a-Lago was only worth $18 million. Said that he fraudulently went and changed paperwork to benefit his property values and decrease his property values when it came to tax time. You know, what every single person in America does. Oh, this can't be the same person. How could she possibly be under investigation for doing exactly the same thing and even worse? She went after Donald Trump. She ran on going after Donald Trump. This wasn't a secret. There was no evidence. There was no investigation. There was no jury. She had already convicted him. She ran on getting him. She stood up on stage and pontificated like a bloated, estrogen-laden bovine that Donald Trump was guilty. We sounded like a modern-day Gestapo. Guilty until proven innocent. And dragged him through the courts and dragged him through the political lawfare, all to have the case thrown out. And do you remember Judge Engoron, the mad, smiling, posing scientist who had a black lab coat instead of a white one, looked like he was creating some sort of bioweapon to take out humanity with Pinky in the brain? Yeah, that guy.
Prepare to take over the world.
And can't wait for charges to come up on him. But Letitia says this is all lawfare. This is all a game. And she is innocent on all these political charges. What are the charges, you may ask? Well, I'm going to tell you. How about this? In my wonderful state of Virginia, what if Letitia James had a home here and she claimed that she was living there for tax purposes? Because we all know the tax code in New York is effed up as Hogan's goat. Well, this would possibly save her tens of thousands of dollars in taxes. Makes sense. But it's also fraud. And also, you have to live in the state that you're currently the AG for. Sorry, that's just the way it works. There is a way she could commute, but you certainly can't claim that you're living in Virginia when you're living in New York. That's illegal. No matter how many people want to see you fall, still illegal. No matter how all the people in black hats are conspiring against you, no matter how many the voices in your head are telling you that you're innocent and this is all a political game, because there's more. How about you co-signing a loan with your father? Well, this isn't unheard of, but it's interesting that you actually put on the paperwork that you were his wife. Plot twist.
And we say bye-bye.
Letitia James and her father? This is as scandalous as Billy Ray Cyrus and Miley Cyrus, allegedly. Naughty, naughty, Letitia. Seriously. Talk about daddy issues. It gets worse. You had a rental property where the units inside were totaled less than were actually there, which you devalued the property. Wait a second, this sounds familiar. in order to save taxes. You underrepresented what the properties actually were. Did you name the properties Mar-a-Lago? No. Letitia, I'm so disappointed in you. I expected so much more from a studious learner of judicial law, a person who understands that justice is supposed to be blind. And you don't go after political opponents simply because you disagree with them. You don't run a campaign in order to get Gotti or Capone. These aren't the days of Elliot Ness.
I want that son of a bitch dead.
This isn't Geraldo looking like a moron looking for the safe of Capone. You're supposed to have a higher standard. You're supposed to lead by example. And this is what happens when you throw rocks in glass houses. This is what happens when you play with political fire. You reap the whirlwind. You sowed the reaping rod. You called down the thunder, and now you got it. I hope that they drag you through 34 counts. I hope you're indicted. I hope this costs you millions of dollars and you have to leverage every one of your properties. And then right when the conviction comes in, and a few weeks later the sentencing is about to take place, as you stand before a jury of your peers, and you stand before a judge, hopefully a conservative judge, in a 90-10 split red county, which we all know won't happen, and you're left with your guilt and your shame for what you've done. With all respect, you're a political whore, and you should be treated like one. Folks, I'll see you at 7 o'clock tonight. Can't wait to see you. Red Friday. Be there.